Dice Paper Roll is recorded on the lands of the Jagera and Turrbal people and the Bunurong and Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Always was and always will be Aboriginal land.
Hello, everyone. Come on in, sit back and relax and get excited because it is time for a brand new campaign here at Dice Paper Roll. That's right. We are going to be bringing you Dice Paper Roll into the Feywild. We will be playing our way through the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. It will be DM'd by the one and only Jack Kirby Crosby and played by all of us. And we are releasing 3 episodes to get you started, including this first one, which is actually episode 0, our character creation ep, which we have released before. You may have heard it late last year, but we finally have some content to go along with it. So we're releasing all of them together, and then you can stay tuned for a monthly release of the latest eps interspersed with our live shows. And we hope you enjoy it. You can contact us on the socials at Dice Paper Roll to let us know what you think. But we look forward to hearing from you. Bye for now.
Hello. You might be thinking this is a mistake, and it is. You see, my fine friends have put me in charge of the next campaign, and, well, we're here now, so...
We've committed.
We've committed to it.
It's official.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Jack said he'll give us coronavirus if we don't, so... Gave us a little
Topical.
choice, Jack.
well, this is true. And at the same time, very not true.
Thanks for the muffin basket, by the way.
You got a muffin basket?
Yeah.
Give me a box of All Bran.
Do you want to introduce yourselves? No, all right. That's Dan. That's Greg. That's Lauren. That's Emil.
You can't see us, but we're waving.
That's Ben.
Hi. Can you see me? I'm waving. Hello.
Hello.
Waving. I'm over here. No, next to the umbrella.
I'm politely giving you all the finger.
And
I'm waving.
we're we're doing our next thing, and we're going to talk about it tonight. You don't know it's the night. It might be a different time of day for you, but that's not canon. We're doing it at night. And so I want you to imagine you're at home, and it's not really a full moon yet. Maybe it's past the full moon, but it is close to a full moon. And I want you to imagine that there's 5 or 6 nerds sitting around a table. We're not actually sitting around a table, but imagine it. I know you're there now.
We're not nerds either, obviously.
I am.
Imagining that too.
Yeah, imagine we are.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
That's right.
That'd be
Imagine.
crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, so you're there, and they're just setting up to decide what characters they're going to play in the next thing that Dice Paper Roll produces, and it should be interesting. Yeah. Okay, so we'll get on with it.
Yeah.
Would you actually like to introduce yourselves?
No, I
Sure.
think you did a good
No,
job.
I'm Ben.
Yeah, so-
I don't know who I'm playing
Ben
yet.
does,
that's
obviously.
what we're here to find out. That's
All
Emil.
right, spotlight hog. Come
yeah,
on,
now
move
Ben's
it on.
introduction's done. We can move on to the
Crack on.
I was
Ben
yes
Clemens in
anding.
Dice Paper Roll. Yeah.
I was yes
Above title
anding.
billing. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
We don't yes and around here anymore, Ben.
Yeah.
oh, don't we?
No.
Ben's just going to edit himself into it anyway.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're going to do first. First of all, a round of applause for Greg on his excellent rendition of Curse of Strahd. And
Yeah.
Lawrence.
yes. Good work. Good work, sir.
Crowd goes wild.
Oh, delectable. Oh, have you tried this brie?
Delicious.
Oh, yes, quite.
The quince, though.
Very good.
The
Sean.
quince paste. Give me that little spoon.
Strahd himself was very scary, and thanks Lauren for doing the for burking us all off.
Look,
Jesus.
Wow. Will never be the same.
I
Yeah.
gotta say, I'm good at what I do. All right.
And so
Some say foreheads is a lot to handle, but you mastered that.
I did.
Jesus.
I did.
Sorry, Lauren.
No, never apologize, Jack.
Am I cutting that in post, guys?
Definitely.
What are we doing, Jack?
Well, what we're doing is, so you might be thinking, geez, it's been a long time since book 3.
I was
And
thinking,
you're
geez,
right.
it's been a long time since we started this episode, but sure.
I wasn't asking you, Emil. And so what you're wondering is, where's book 3? And so are we. And but we're not doing that. So tough shit.
I'm getting
wait.
to
Wait,
it. I'm
wait,
getting
wait.
to it.
We are getting there. We're waiting until we can all be in person to do it. We're applying for some exciting things next year. There's lots of live shows on the cards. But in the meantime, we were pretty keen to do this.
Yes.
We don't want people
Yeah.
to think we'll never do book 3, Jack.
Turns out there was like a fucking pandemic that kind of screwed us and makes recording in person a lot more difficult.
That's right.
Yeah.
So for
May have heard of it.
So for the next thing, we're gonna do the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is like a fantastical fairy tale book by the lovely people. You might have heard of them, the Wizards of the Coast. They wrote another book.
Just one.
Turns out it's all right.
Mm.
Yeah. So we're going to do that one. And I, as alluded to at the beginning of the episode, I'm going to be running it. And that's going to be fun.
How do you feel
Yay.
about that, Jack?
Yeah.
Jack's enthusiasm knows no bounds, including speech.
Oh no!
For context about how Jack's feeling, he's had to already change his pants.
That's right. That is true.
And this is just the character creation episode, session 0.
That's why we're not actually sitting around the table, because it got too smelly. So first of all, I want to talk about the setting, and a little bit about some sort of basic themes of this campaign. And so I'm going to get into it, because we're on a tight
We are
schedule.
all ears.
The moon will not be up forever.
And it's Sunday night.
That's right.
Late.
So factor that into your mind palace.
Mind Palace.
Oh, I like that.
Mine's just a hut.
So, shut up! I'm trying to do this thing.
What's in the one room of the hut, though?
What's in it?
That's
What
a
was it?
different episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
That's a Patreon only.
Welcome back to Ben's Shag Shack.
Money's on the table.
I didn't listen to any of that. So what we're doing is, it's set in the Feywild, and the Feywild's kind of like where all the fairies and shit are, and that's kind of fun. And so hopefully when we're doing our characters, we're going to be thinking about that a little bit, and I want to explore some kind of themes with that. And so those themes are kind of, it's going to be like a surreal campaign where time, reality, and story are unreliable. So
Just like the players.
and also covering my tracks. Oh no.
Yeah, very nice. No need to retcon.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was all a dream.
Yeah.
A
That's right.
wizard did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Temporal anomaly.
It's and so when I say it's fairy tales, you might be thinking, "Yay, that sounds nice and sweet," but it's not.
Like
It's
fairy
more-
tales.
Yeah,
More
just
Brothers
like
Grimm style.
that's
fairy
right.
tales?
That's right. That's what we're
Bleak.
thinking. Yeah, bleak and dark. You're not
Just
gonna have
how
a
we
good
like it.
time.
Yeah. Hate
Welcome
having
to
a
our
good
comedy
time.
podcast.
Yeah.
Our second
Yeah.
campaign of horror.
That's
If
right.
If there aren't cannibal children, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Greg gave me the taste, and I just went in for another taste. And so the next thing I've written here is you should be able to get through any situation in this game non-lethally. That means not killing anything, not killing anyone, not getting yourselves killed. That doesn't mean you should.
Is that a challenge? I feel
Yeah.
like that's you're almost posing it as like a challenge.
It's kind of a challenge. It's going to be harder to do it that way. However,
It's harder to do it with violence or harder to do it without violence.
harder to do it without, according to the
feel
book.
like- I feel like that's what piqued your interest when we were talking about off air a little while ago what we're going to do next. And Greg said, "Hey, this Feywild campaign, it's designed so you don't ever have to do combat." And you're like, "Oh, I'll DM that."
Well, I didn't say you don't have to do combat. There will be combat, but
Cool.
You can talk your way out of it.
You can talk your way out of it.
de-escalate situations.
That's right.
Right.
We'll see how that pans out. I don't know. We'll see. I might get bored of it. And then the theme of the thing, and maybe this is putting the cart before the horse. I don't know if that's the right saying. Is that it's quite a lot about loss, regrets, and betrayal. And
Oh, we don't know anything about that.
no. And then the other thing is that there will be open worldy segments, but I will tell you when they occur and what limits there are. And and the other thing is, and you already know this, it's a pre-written, but it doesn't mean it's preordained. We may go off the tracks.
Cool.
So if you're trying to follow along at home and you're like, wait, there isn't a weird house with big figs.
Spoilers, Jack.
But I could hardly imagine such a place.
Hang on, are
Yeah.
you describing Ben's mind shack?
Yeah, it's definitely the Mind Palace
right.
shack.
Yeah.
Yes.
There goes half our listeners.
One of the massive,
Yeah,
fig
massive
tree.
pair of figs above the
Yeah.
window.
Ben's inside making fig jam. It's all he does. Stirring
Ben's,
up the pot.
Ben's sex shack, was it?
Ben's shag shack.
Shack.
Shack, yeah.
Yeah.
Some people have a mind palace. Others.
Can I ask a question, Jack? So when you were saying about how, we're going to be doing the Feywild and all that sort of it's a fantastical place and dreams and surrealism and
Mhm.
blah, blah, blah. Are we like coming to this place from like the real world? Like, are we real world characters
Yeah.
or are we people that live in this fantastical kind of place?
Oh, well, yeah, so you'll mostly be coming from I guess it's sort of ambiguously any kind of
We can choose whether we want to be a part of that world or
Yeah.
we come from the
Yeah.
regular real world.
That's right. I think we'll get into that with the characters, I think. But yes.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. And when we say the real world, it won't be like Melbourne.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's
Fuck, there goes
disappointing.
my idea of playing Dan Andrews.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, as long as there's like a fairly decent coffee place somewhere in the Feywild, I'm all right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. Okay. And then the next
Sounds
thing
fun.
is let's talk about our characters.
Yeah. Let's
Oh.
dive straight into Ben's hump hut.
Come on in, everybody. I'm playing Dan Andrews.
Fig jam making Dan.
Yeah, do you want to go first, Ben?
Sure. I look.
North,
I came,
North Face jacket, two plus to AC.
In back ears.
That's good news, remember.
It's actually to charisma because when he was wearing his North Face jacket, that was when it was like we got some good news. Anyways, sorry. If he was wearing a suit, it was bad.
Bad news.
I only just caught up that you were talking about Dan Andrews, Premier of
Yeah.
Victoria through the lockdown. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a
I
slow
came
year.
to this. I came to this sesh tonight. I don't know, with a fairly vague concept of what I'm thinking of playing. With the whole kind of Feywild, I don't know, Alice in Wonderlandy-ish but dark kind of vibe. I was just trying to think what we could play, and basically I was thinking like a little Modron kind of guy thing, like they're constructs.
Oh
I was
boy.
thinking-
What?
So slow it down
So-
a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, pull it back. Please pull it back.
Obviously, Emil knows
All
what's
right,
going
all
on,
right,
but
all
for the
right,
rest of us.
all right.
Oh, this is, I'm already intimidated. I got intimidated before with the first question that Daddy asked. I'm like, oh, hang on, fuck.
Okay. I'm just gonna link something into the chat.
Okay, that would be great.
Because that's going to be great for
Well,
all our listeners.
that works well on a podcast.
But no, basically,
Non-verbal communication.
No, the listeners are way ahead of me. That's fine.
So
Yeah.
what I'm thinking essentially is like a little robot kind of a thing, a bit of a Tin Man vibe maybe, but I like the idea that maybe they were turned into this particular construct. A construct is a life. Well, they're not humanoid.
Non-biological, right? It's got-
Non-biological.
Yeah.
It's an animate
so-
object.
Yeah, these Murdrons, I kind of quite like the look of a lot of them. They're sort of like little clockworky kind of things with wings and
Oh yeah, it's the minion things.
no. No.
Shut
So
the
it's
fuck
a minion.
up, Dan.
You're going to play a minion.
Yeah, you know,
Got it.
Despicable
Yeah,
Me.
there's something I can
Despicable
wrap my
Me.
head around. Minion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's playing a
I
minion.
know when
Hey,
I
this podcast's
rise,
been fun, guys. I'm going to see you the fuck later.
Yeah, I know when I rise to the bait and I say no that you guys push harder and that it becomes a thing, but fuck no, I'm not playing minion.
Okay. No, that's fair.
And I
Shut this
also-
down.
hate that.
Session
I-
0.
I don't quite share the hatred of them that Emil does, but I know that we will lose Emil if I play a minion, and
Legit.
I think
If there are minions in this game, I'm out. I'm 100% out. I'm done.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
note
Oh,
to
no,
self,
no,
Jack, you know what Emil fears.
Rewrite. Ooh, ooh.
We're doing
But yeah, So yeah, that's the idea. I have no idea what class. I'm like I like the idea that
Upper or lower?
sure.
Both. What kind of so it's a like essentially like a little kind of clockwork robot sort of style creature. Like have you thought about like kind of personality, like kind of traits or that sort of
Well,
stuff? Have you
what
got
I'm
any
thinking
kind
of
idea?
running with is like maybe use the Warforged stats, which is for want of a better term and for a total noob, like a robot.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have
learned
feelings
robot.
and
I learned something. I learned something while reading these books. It says that you need to ask me permission for if you can do that.
who's got their fucking DM complex on? early?
Yeah,
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
just
So
ask
here
him.
for
Excellent,
this.
my Padawan.
Would it be okay if I play a Tin Man-esque kind of construct using a Warforged as a base for the race? But cosmetically, I think it could be anything. I like the idea that they could change occasionally. I don't know what class yet. I'm thinking maybe a barbarian or a fighter. Something that doesn't know how to process its emotions properly. Like it was created to be like a guard or something, or maybe a wizard did it.
Ah.
Maybe
What
a
about-
Fae
what about
did it in the
like a-
Feywild. Can I do that, Jack?
What about if they're like a ticket box?
Or what about like a ticket machine?
Like,
Yeah,
so
like a
at
ticket
the start of a
machine.
festival ride, or
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
what if I was like a little whack-a-mole? I used to be a whack-a-mole game,
Oh,
and
that's pretty good.
so I've got the little mole inside me
the
that
moles
comes
running
up
the machine?
occasionally.
Or is it just
And your
Oh,
little
real.
arms are like the little they're little
The hammers?
hammers.
But maybe as we go, I could get them replaced with weapons.
That's fucking cool. Yeah,
See,
yeah.
So you
As the
start off
DM,
with 2 hammers.
Yeah,
As the
but they're
DM,
foam. They're
I'm gonna
foam
say
hammers.
yes.
What
Yes.
did you mean by
yes.
ticket machine? Sorry, because like a whack-a-mole, you put tickets
Yeah.
in.
My
Oh, no,
my
you know how-
go-to was like when you're at the deli section and you have to take a ticket.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a train ticket machine. Like
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like
I
a car
see.
park
Yeah.
ticket, and you have a little
Mm.
like boom gate.
oh,
Oh, see, I kind of went to like, you know, when you go to
one
an arcade.
very long arm.
He
You
has
shall
a
not
permanent lance.
pass.
A permanent lance. There we go.
Yeah, it could be cool. You know, when you go to like an arcade though, and the
Yeah.
machines
And
spit
it spits out
tickets,
like
I think
time zone
that's-
tickets.
That's where I
Mm,
went with that.
Oh,
Clearly.
you're right. Okay.
Or
so
we could
you-
just shoot a lot of basketballs into you.
Sure, maybe I can change shape occasionally.
Maybe
I don't
you
know.
just like
Why
you're
not?
just like an like a walking like entertainment box, and like you can just be whatever you want, but it's basically arcade based, and you can spit out tickets.
Yeah, but this is kind of
Are
very
those-
gambling related, so it's almost like pachinko.
Yeah.
So you've got like a little dial that brings up like cherries or like.
I like that.
Mm.
I mean, it's up to you, Ben, obviously. But
The one arm bandit.
Hey, gang, I just want to nerd out for a second. I know it's not like me, but instead of
No, this is
the
very unusual.
Warforged, I'm out of character, Warforged template, you can use the new Tasha's rules, which allow you to modify your like origin. So you craft the bonuses and stuff to fit
Ooh.
the origin of your character.
Yeah, the
Which
concept.
in this case is a modron.
yeah,
Okay.
Which would
do
make you
that.
better at what? What do you mean by
Whack-a-mole.
craft the bonuses?
Well, it just means because the Warforged is like a very specific example, and particularly like the Eberron races tend to be quite highly powered. But you can play. They're moving away from the race archetype, and so then you can be an elf, but you're not dexterous. You're less dexterous or whatever. So
cool.
it better fits the background that you create for your character. And it also allows you to play just anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
So, yeah,
All
so
right.
instead of having that the pre-written version of it, this is the template for a human or an elf or
Yeah.
whatever. You can just go, oh, well, I'm going to take a little bit of the elf bonuses and I'll take a little bit of the halfling bonus, or, and
Sure.
miss and match.
That sounds
I'll look into
cool.
that. That
Yeah,
does
it's
sound cool. I like, and clearly, I've thought so much about this beyond what I've come to the table with. But I feel like that'll be quite good because the Warforged, honestly, I just was like, that's close enough. But this
Yeah,
sounds like I might be able to tailor it a bit better. I don't know what they're doing there. I don't know what they want, what their mission is.
That's all right. I'll figure that out for you.
Yeah, cool.
A small Modron, or they're a small character.
Modrons are
Yeah.
medium.
Or are they medium, are they?
Medium.
Is that big?
It's
medium is
human.
A human
medium.
size to
Okay.
dwarven. Dwarves are still considered
still
medium.
yeah.
I think I need to go medium just because, Snatch is a halfling, Ragyog's a goblin. Everyone's so small.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
little.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's because you're
Big-
compensating for your massive cock, Ben.
We've all seen it.
Welcome to the sex
I
shack.
gotta tell you, that's one fine specimen.
It's so intimidating. It's just a throbbing
All right.
monster.
Talking about that hobbit dildo again. So,
When are we
Still
not
got a bookmark.
talking about it?
when are we not?
Can we all get out of the hump hut, please?
Also, like that I opened ended that for anyone listening, being like, again? Wow.
We have to go back and search that out.
Wow.
Anyway, I feel like that's an appropriate spot to move on from me talking about.
Is it? I mean, it's also like a name or a voice or like a
Yeah.
demeanor,
Yeah.
like how
Mm.
what are we gonna hear or
Oh,
Or you're not at that sort of point yet?
What about just? Is it? I don't know. What about just a robot-y voice?
What does that sound like?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh yes,
Oh, that's good.
Please
That's
get out
fucking
of my
great.
hump hut before I lose my shit.
Unless
Very hell.
unless Arnie.
Oh my gosh.
Get out of
Please.
my hump hut.
Get
What
to
if-
the hump hut.
What if they've got like a
Out of my root room.
yeah. Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
What if they've got like a little pokey machine thing that you just pull on it occasionally and have to change the accent? Because I have so many.
You get 3 sevens and it's it's Arnie, and then if it's
We could. What about
3
if like
queens.
you have to roll a d8 and you have to like switch between the.
Look, I don't want to say no to anyone, but I think that from a listener's point of view, having a consistency of accent through the podcast might be a plus.
Shut up.
I back a meal on that. I mean, no bad ideas in brainstorming though.
I liked that first one, Ben. That was great.
I did too. Yeah.
Well,
Also,
Yeah.
Arnie's pretty good too. So
Yeah, get to the bonk barn.
The bonk barn? Did
Yeah.
you say?
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite yet.
Bonk barn.
Bonk barn.
Get into
I-
Benny's bonk barn.
Yes. Hey, baby.
Go.
You want to come back to my bonk barn?
is that the name of the episode? Benny's Bonk
Benny's
Barn?
bonk barn.
Oh, write it down.
Oh, the
anyway.
alliteration. Okay, I'm
You
definitely
have to do
sold
it.
now.
But
Yeah.
they've just done
know-
the Build Back Better bill in America.
Build back Benny's bonk barn better.
Yeah.
And bigger.
Upgrade Benny's slap and tickle tent.
Jesus Christ. Alignment, dunno, doesn't matter. I
I don't
think.
care. Yeah.
Wah.
Fuck that stuff
Oh,
off.
yeah.
I don't just.
Look, consistent. I want to just note, like, consistent accent. I think that's a really important point.
Yeah.
That
Nice to
having
start
that is really
with
good. It'd be good if we could at some point do that. Okay.
Someone have a consistent accent, for God's sake.
Yeah.
If you shed a single tear, does it rust?
Oh.
Can
Oh,
you
that's
shed a
poetic.
single
Or is it
tear?
oil? Is it a bit
Yeah, it's
squirt of
oily.
oil down your face? A bit of
Yeah.
lubricant from the.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do they
Jack.
just
The
disappear
Lube-mobile.
like
Oil.
tears in the rain?
You could be a sex robot. I don't know. Just put it out there.
Emil,
lube
but
dispensing
Jesus
sex bot.
Christ.
Well, I thought you said no bad offers in any brainstorm.
See, I quoted Blade Runner, and you went with sex robot.
You're just a fleshlight with arms and legs.
Oh, what is my life?
What is my purpose?
What is my
Master, what is love?
Okay.
Baby,
Maybe
don't
your
hurt
your
me.
name is like a serial number of some
Oh
kind.
yes,
Mm.
like a C3PO or something.
Or
Yeah.
just
Maybe
just binary,
Zero,
just 0, 1.
0, 1, 1.
0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1.
69, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't
How many,
got there with
how
the
many
name
zeros
yet,
and
so-
ones does it take to do
Binary?
69?
Binary? Yeah.
Bennery.
Oh.
All right, that's enough time in Benny's
I-
bonk shack,
I-
surely.
Okay.
Bonk
Yes, get the
barn.
fuck out.
Yeah.
Do you want to know 69 in binary?
Yes.
Yes.
0B10000101.
Huh?
Hell yeah.
It was
Catchy.
shorter than what it was. Oh,
Yeah.
than what I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be.
I
So
think
that's
I,
feel a
good.
lot
I think the
longer.
B's are stand-in for more zeros and ones. I have
Oh,
suspicion.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Billion.
Yeah, I know binary.
Yeah, it could be.
Anyway, Danny, what
That's
are you gonna
great.
do?
All right, so I don't know race
do your
or
homework?
class,
Mhm.
So
but what I the kind of character, I guess maybe it's still kind of influenced. I don't know if I'm kind of being a little bit influenced from what's its name, from Curse of Strahd, but the character idea that I had was essentially like a noble, like something high up, like even to like Prince kind of level, like royalty.
Oh, I thought you meant the artist formerly known.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, I know. You wish.
I do wish. I fucking wish.
I'm not going to start trying to do Prince impersonations or anything. But he could have the same kind of flair.
If you want to deprive the listeners of that, Dan, that's up to you, but I will not back that decision.
So essentially what I was kind of thinking was I kind of just had the idea of like the classic royal noble completely out of touch with the, regular class, but also, has to go out on an adventure to prove his worth, but is like completely terrified of combat and absolutely useless, but talks big but delivers little, which is I kind of feel that's a fantasy for me, really. If we're gonna be playing a tabletop role play, I want to be the landlord. I want to have my power fantasy.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking that like something where he's just like, like, what do you call that? A spoon. Wow. I just have people just feed me.
I got just a tiny bit of Matthew McConaughey just then. And I
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a good Prince voice.
Put your shirt back on, Dan.
Okay.
It's like you rip open your shirt, but you've got like this little like pigeon chest, but you still think it's like fucking.
I'm gonna be like a little bit Matthew McConaughey. All right, cool. I kind of feel like I'm doing more of my George W. Bush impersonation. Okay,
You did also just finish Curse of Strahd playing a Southern Belle.
And you did talk about
as well.
And you did talk about all talk and no action, kind of powerful sons of people. So George W. Bush just kind of fits the bill.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah,
American royalty, dare I say it?
so I'm kind of thinking a character where it's like, just completely unaware and kind of also amazed, like, oh wow, this is how the regular people do it. Like,
I like that.
That's amazing. You guys use cutlery? You don't have just a regular
You don't have a butler chewing your food and spitting it into your mouth, and you can
baby birding you.
Like, what? Really? You use your hands like that kind of thing.
Where's the wiper? Where is the wiper?
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Coming to America style.
Yeah,
Wipers?
that kind of thing. What's that?
The
Sorry,
royal penis is
Greg?
clean.
Wipers. So what sort of class are you think like?
Well, that's where I'm kind of
Upper, obviously.
Well,
bard,
obviously,
yeah, I thought bard, right?
the highest class, but I don't really know in terms of character. I've kind of thought maybe like a fighter, but actually use strength as like my shittest stat. So I'm actually really shit in a combat situation and I'm absolutely terrified. But on the off chance, maybe I was kind of thinking maybe a fighter champion where it's you get like you can get a critical hit on a 19 or a 20. So it's just kind of on the off chance, maybe I just like, and I swing my sword and I accidentally stab him in the neck and I get him and it's like, yes. Or otherwise I'm just completely kind of fucked and useless. I get you guys to do the fighting.
Right. To read into this, he'd like had lots of sword fighting and whatever lessons, but always with like sycophants and men who would be willing to, oh, the prince has done it again. Oh, well done, young man.
Exactly. He wins at fucking every card game because he's got the influence, but he's just absolutely useless in real life, but takes all the glory.
It's almost like a touch of like Hamlet.
Oh.
Like...
Yeah, all those kind of things. But yeah, that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know where I sit in terms of what kind of race or class. I mean, class, I could just straight up just go like, well, human and just go
white male.
Base it off of,
Yeah, it fits, right?
Be a colonizer kind of,
Yeah.
But
that's kind of cool.
I'm not sure.
Not colonialism, obviously.
No, not colonialism. That was bad. But yeah, just that whole kind of thing of whether I'm
Jack's been cancelled, so Dan will now be doing
I'd kind of like to see
whether
that
I'm-
character non-human. Part of me would really like to see like as a tabaxi or something that can be a bit
That's
arrogant
where I
at
was
the same
kind of
time. Or
also asking that question to Jack previously, whether this is maybe a character that comes from the natural sort of fantasy world, the material plane, or whether they come from the Feywild and maybe they're a fairy prince or something like that. But
or an elf
or an elf. Dragonborn, any other, but yeah, that's why I'm not sure. I don't know, and where that kind of character sits in there.
I think
Sorry, Jack.
I was gonna say I think I would kind of like you to do something a bit more normal because I think I can do something pretty fun. With
As in,
your
do you mean
character.
like something more normal, as in like human,
like,
elf, the basic sort of ones, not actually from the Feywild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I'm not going to elaborate
that makes sense
because that'll be a spoiler. But
I think that makes sense because I kind of am trying the character that is sort of fish out of water, totally out of their depth, kind of thing.
which would suit the themes of the Feywild.
Yeah. But I think
he's literally just trying to make sense of literally everything that's in front of his eyes.
Yeah. But then yeah, so I'm not so the race I think can kind of be sort of anything to a certain extent, but the thing that's kind of tripping me up I think is like the class. Like I could go something that's really a charismatic based class because he's all about his words and he's going to be aristocratic and that kind of thing.
What about a bard?
But I could just have that as my stat, not necessarily what my class is. Like I could still be a fighter with a kick-ass charisma, but I'm supposed to be good in a fight, but I'm not.
What
good
if
in a
they
fight,
think
you know?
they're a fighter, but they're actually a bard?
Yeah, see, I was kind of
That's
thinking
cool.
maybe bard would potentially work well as
You
well.
still go College of Swords.
Oh yeah, or College of Eloquence, like something like, or glamour.
Yeah.
Oh, he said he wasn't doing Prince. Yeah.
That's College of Glamour would totally be like Prince. Isn't glamour like you do
little
like
bit illusion.
disguise, illusion sort of stuff? Maybe eloquence might not be
Eloquence
too bad.
might
Yeah, you
be
can
good.
put like someone else's face on, right?
Yeah, you can do that with glamour because it's all about like kind of the performer, the I kind of
I really enjoy the idea that you believe, like you get into a fight, like, you know, your first instinct is to fight, but then you get scared, and as you're scared, you're talking. And then as you're talking, you talk your way out of it.
Totally.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like that a lot.
a bard really fits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really feels right for the,
Well,
But I mean, even so, I don't even have to choose what college the bard
till
is
later.
because that doesn't happen until third. But whether that would suit best.
I kind of get a slight image of from The Witcher. Who's the bard friend?
Oh,
Dandelion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so far my character name is Lord Walter Periwinkle, but like I'm not. Yeah, you can either call him Walt or
It's Lord Walter
Periwinkle. I don't know. Where's Perry? I feel like I've just
Periwinkle's a
stolen
type
Periwinkle.
of shellfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a color.
It's a little muscle, right? Yeah.
It's a little pointed shoe.
Oh.
I think named after the shellfish.
I'm not
Thanks,
stealing
Greg.
it from
Fuck.
some other
No,
kind
no.
of fantasy thing.
It is a shellfish, but I think the shoe's
You're a
named after
shellfish
the
prince.
There we go.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
It's also periwinkle blue.
Shellfish.
It's a kind of it's the name.
Also named after the shellfish.
Can your
Shellfish,
banner
yeah.
be like a little shellfish?
If you draw it, it sure can.
Ah, I'm
Can
not
you
thinking.
please?
I'm sorry, that's not a
It's
type of shoe.
flower.
The type of shoe I'm thinking of is winkle picker. My
I
bad.
see. I knew.
Lord
I know a
Winkle
Winkle
Picker.
Picker.
That's way better.
A winkle picker. I kind of. Oh, that could be
Lord
winkle picker.
Picker.
Lord
Lord Winkle
Walter
Also-
Winkle Picker.
A winkle is a kind of shellfish. Okay.
That's Winky, isn't it?
That's where I got.
When did you become a
confused there.
marine biologist?
I've always been a mollusk man.
But like winkle pickers are like very pointed, very princely looking shoes. They've often got like little buckles, and they're very sort of like
Ornate
they're
or
supposed to be very pointed.
There's a really great comic that I think our listeners should go read called Kingly by Nick Edwards. You can read it on Instagram. It's very funny. That's just a plug from me. We're not paid for that or
You
anything.
could get
Gang,
like
just like to
winkle
say that
pickers that are
DPR has
periwinkle
not been
blue,
fully
and then
endorsed.
Gang, really important. A winkle is a periwinkle.
And a periwinkle's a flower? I said
And a-
shellfish.
No, an edible
Periwinkle's a
marine
fish?
intertidal
Okay, good.
species. Yeah.
Good.
Come into my house. I'll tell you what a winkle is.
I'll show you my winkle.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Put
your winkle wagon. Yeah. I got
my
one, guys. I
God.
got one.
Oh my God!
On the board.
Yes, my chariot, because my chariot will be the winkle wagon.
winkle.
Can it be in the shape of a pointy shoe?
Yeah.
Or a
like
shellfish.
like a
Or a
like a
shellfish.
hot dog van.
Step into my mollusk mansion.
Fuck me. Yes.
Oh my
okay.
God.
That sounds
All right.
great, Danny.
Yeah, good one, Dan.
Yeah.
I can see you playing that character very well.
Did we decide anything? Is there any?
What-
Do you have any further questions?
No. Well, no. I wanted to float the character name, but yeah, my main thing was just trying to narrow down what kind of class. I think the race is. I'm still kind of open to.
We can talk about that
whatever.
later. I think.
I think, probably elvish or human probably fits thematically potentially the best, and maybe not even elven, because elves have a lot to do with the Feywild, and so if it's being a bit more that kind of fish out of water sort of
Periwinkle
style.
out of water.
Elfish out of water.
Oh, yes. There it is.
Just to put it out there, like rather than go with what would fit the most, what race would be the least fitting of that?
Turtle.
Yeah.
in the Feywild. What would
Or just
stand
that
out
even
the
kind of
most?
character could be quite interesting, like a race.
Yeah, I
that
love
doesn't
the
fit that at all.
juxtaposition. It's
Yeah.
always going to be interesting.
Goblin.
Probably.
A
Yeah.
goblin prince.
Or like a hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Goblin Prince.
A royal
I
orc.
reckon let's put a pin in it there. I'm going to talk to Danny about it after this. Yeah.
Okay.
Jack wants you to play a human, Dan.
I'm going to talk to Danny.
But
I'd play-
I agree with
well-
Ben's point that it is really like it is so much
Yeah.
more interesting to have something contrast to something else.
Yeah.
Even if
And,
not
I-
for
I'm-
Dan's case, but for something else.
I'm also a little bit wary of doing a human because Thandor's a human. I did Bertrand, he was a human. Like
It's all right, Dan, I'll
I've done
fix it.
quite a
Don't
lot
worry
of
about it.
regular kind of characters. So
So Jack's not giving permission to Dan right now.
Oh, you have
Yes.
to ask Jack permission.
okay, all right.
In private.
In private.
Jack, please
in the hump
pull
hut.
up your pants. Okay, I know the power is getting to you, and no one needs to see that right now.
You mean Jack's
okay?
jerk yurt?
You don't have to copy everything I do as a DM, Jack.
Oh my
Neil,
god!
have you been Googling different kinds of house structures?
What's a different dwelling? What's a different
Yeah.
different
Jerk yurt.
form of dwelling? What's the name for it?
The yank
Get onto my
yurt.
The
thesaurus.
swelling dwelling.
Swelling dwelling.
Okay. Cool.
Anyways,
The layback lean-to? No, sorry, that's
Mm.
all right. So Lord Walter, Winkle Picker, or Periwinkle?
Winkle picker.
Winkle
Winkle
pick is
picker.
better.
Winkle,
Yeah.
Winkle pick a periwinkle.
Winkle pick.
I like periwinkle.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I like Winkle Picker because
Me too.
Well, it
fun.
does have the alliteration of Walter Winkle Picker.
Walter
Yeah.
Winkle picker
True.
feels great.
I think that's the winner.
That's the go.
Yeah.
Thank
Of
you
the
for
Long
going
Island
with
Winkle
what I
Pickers?
originally went with, though,
Yeah.
Greg. So props. to
Walter
you.
Winkle picker wankers.
Victor Wanker pick.
Walter Winston Winkle Picker.
winked at pics and
The
wanked.
third. No.
All right,
There's
all
a
right.
good tongue
Seven.
twister in there somewhere. I'll have it. for you
Wankle
next
picker.
time.
Good.
I promised Emil I'd keep this tight.
Okay.
Emil.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to play a creature from the Fae. I think large for what it is, but not large in the scheme of the game rules. Definitely small creature, I think, in that respect. An oversized cricket.
Oh.
Yeah, a large
Brilliant.
cricket
Called Dry Crane.
called Ron Bugman. No, Don Bugman. Sorry,
Great.
Don Bugman.
Don
me.
Can he look like Jiminy Cricket, but he's got a cricket, like
Cricket
a cricket
hat.
helmet and a
Maybe,
bat?
maybe. Oh, he definitely wields
That's
a
his
bat,
weapon.
but it's a petrified actual bat. Like it's a
Four
full
bats.
bat. It's been-
Has he got 4 bats?
yeah. And he just talks a bit like this. He's a good knockabout bloke, you know. He's here to, what can he do to help? And, he just wants to be part of the gang. That's what I'm thinking. In terms of class, I'm pretty open to that at the mode based on needs of the party, I reckon.
Sure.
Would be interested in playing a cleric again because I really like playing. Oh, sorry. Again, this podcast doesn't see me play a cleric, but I have played a cleric in my first ever D&D game, and I liked that. So I wouldn't be adverse to doing that. That being said, the idea of the cricket being like a kind of like a Reaper Cheap type, dashing around, jumping around, moving quickly, and making attacks.
You got to be a
short,
monk.
sharp, and
Yeah,
jump.
monk.
Yeah,
Monk makes
Yeah.
some sense. Yeah, yeah.
Cricket form.
Yes.
And the bat
yes.
could be like it's nunchucks, but a
Yeah,
bat.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you got 4 arms, right? You get 4
Or
arms.
could also just
like
be
a
a
mini
bat,
Thri-Crane.
like a baseball.
Yeah.
Oh,
bat.
do I? Oh,
Yeah. Funny that. Oh, I didn't
Interesting.
know. Didn't read
I
that.
just really liked the idea of playing a large cricket. No, I did actually. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Oh, wouldn't the cricket be a
Um,
bard because they like?
Oh
is
yeah,
that
strum there.
cicadas. Sorry,
I mean, but
No,
crickets do that too.
Crickets do too.
crickets make noise.
Look, it's a hobby, the leg noises, but he doesn't like to make it his full career because he doesn't want to
Yeah.
ruin the magic of the
He's not gonna
art
go
form
pro.
by
Yeah.
putting pressure on himself to perform for money like a cheap whore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Once it becomes work, it really takes on different connotations.
He's got a big clutch of eggs at home he needs to send money back to. So he needs to earn
Crickets
some
lay eggs,
real
probably.
coin.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
They do in the
Absolutely.
Feywild.
I will find out. I will
This one
I will
does.
find some bug facts. I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
Don
Yeah.
Bugman does.
Don Bugman knows some bug facts. Bug facts with Don Bugman. Yeah, I'm into it.
Can that be
Oh.
like they're
Is he like
they're
a-
an
is it
ex
a boy
Black
or is it
Sheep
like a
personality that
hermaphrodite?
had that show?
I almost want
Sorry,
you
it
to
was
be
2
David.
questions going at once there. I don't know who asked me
Yeah,
what.
come on, guys.
Sorry.
Ladies first. 10.
Oh my. Okay, right. It was
Dad.
like. Is it a boy or is it like what do crickets kind of are they like hermaphrodites
Yeah,
and stuff?
I was thinking about playing a non-binary character in this game, and
Yeah.
I'm still thinking that. So yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
all right.
yeah,
So they, them.
they, them.
Cool.
What Ben? What was your question?
I know I was just saying could that be their background is that they used to be a TV personality. Don Bugman actually had a TV show all about bugs.
Bug facts with Don Bugman.
And maybe that's why you're in the Feywild.
Don
Maybe.
Bugman's backyard.
I was trying to follow that up with
Oh,
maybe
no.
he could be like a David Attenborough.
Yeah.
David Attenborough.
David Attenborough.
Oh.
Step into my house.
save that for the cuddle cocoon, Jack.
That's so good.
I'm gonna absolutely
came out wrong.
destroy your thorax.
Oh my god! Oh, have you seen the proboscis on that guy? God damn.
Very good.
I didn't realize it was going to come out like that. I just
We could make a tweet.
I could see you not realizing it was coming out
Yeah.
like that, and it was
Oh.
great.
Please,
Man,
please draw that art.
I was ready.
Can we change the name of the episode to Destroy Your Thorax, please? Oh, Bugman.
Any other questions about it?
So you think monk maybe something
that feels good,
or like
Yeah, that
cleric,
feels good.
yeah,
monk or cleric. We'll see. I want to see what the lay of the party is before I kind of make a definitive call. But I think though between those two, that feels right. Yep.
Yeah.
Because like zipping around to heal and to lay buffs is quite handy too.
And actually, that's pretty
mobile and
unexpected.
stuff. Yeah. So there's that. But I do also like the attack idea with the monk and being kind of using the natural abilities.
The flurry on top of the forearms.
100%.
Yeah, because you got 4 arms and then you flurry as
You'd
well.
be
That's
doing like
crazy.
20 attacks
That's
in
a
a
lot.
turn. You'd be fucking going crazy.
But this is a non-lethal campaign. Great.
That's it. That's right.
Yes.
Have we met? Yeah.
Unless you want to do some buggery, then.
Well, what about a druid as well? Considering the bug facet, like the Atten bug.
Well, maybe I don't know. Druids. Fuck druids. That's what I think.
Not a fan.
No,
And
fuck
there
that.
goes 2 of our listeners.
Yeah. We could
What
do
about
without
the-
you, druids. Back into the fucking bush or something.
Is he like kind of angry, or is he sort of like a?
Nah.
Are they
No.
kind of angry?
I think
I think they're very kind of Aussie blokey, is what I'm thinking. But there's some deep anger pressed down within him that he's bottled up for sure. But
Well, yeah,
you don't
he's
know
an
that he's
Aussie.
Aussie. So
Yeah.
it's all cool on the surface until it's not. I think.
yeah,
see how that
deceptively laid
manifests.
back.
Yeah,
Interesting.
exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
That almost sounds barbarian-ish, but I know,
Ooh,
sure.
Bugbearian.
obviously,
Bug
Ah.
guy. Bugbear.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Lauren.
Sure.
Can't have 2 barbarians. I suppose
You're
we could.
welcome.
Yeah, you could all be barbarians.
Oh
if
yeah, you were
wanted.
saying
Why not?
maybe barbarian, weren't you, Ben? With the
Or a
with the
fighter.
Modron.
Maybe.
I don't think it matters if we
Nah.
have 2 of the same.
And I'm
I
also
don't think at all.
I'm also
No.
I'm happy with the either monk or cleric at this point.
Cool.
Mm.
All right, cool.
My God, that monk will be insane.
Yeah, fucking oath.
That's kind of fun.
And you won't ever get to use them.
And
Oh,
the
well.
move as well, like the movement speed of the Thrycreen with the jumping and the monk
See,
stuff.
what could be so cool is because Jack gave us a little bit of an insight that maybe at some point we'd have to do a play. And so a Thrycreen stage combat teacher, teaching how to throw punches. Could, just saying.
Spoilers.
I mean, if that's
Uh,
not a reason to choose, right?
Hey man, when you could follow a career as being a stage combat, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that sounds really great, Emil.
Cool.
I'm excited for that.
Cool.
If you
fun.
ask permission, yes, I assume. I feel like that's what
I just
Jack
gave it. Yeah.
Thanks, Jack.
You're very welcome.
Yep. Like all great things, this was born out of a joke in a group chat
Mm-hmm.
where someone was riffing about something and that one of us should just play a little boy called Kevin. So I'm going to play a little boy called Kevin Strangeways.
Kevin Strange ways.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not going to stretch it too hard, like voice-wise. It could just be like, hey, I'm Kevin Strangeways. Hi. I'm like 12. I'm pretty cool. I could go
Yeah.
up at the end. I could be a little bit more, but I've done that a lot before. Maybe it's a Robbie. Is it a Robbie voice? Or is it just kind of just a bit higher and normal?
I liked the U bit a bit higher. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Kevin Strangeways?
Kevin Strangeways.
What are you doing in this neck of the woods, Kevin Strangeways?
Oh, I woke up here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you accompanied by a guardian?
No.
We don't know what Greg's playing yet, so be careful about how you answer.
Yeah.
You should come into my house.
I would look
that looks
after
pretty
you.
cool. What have you got in there? Those like dog toys? Oh.
Yeah.
You got a puppy?
Yeah.
Lots of Kongs.
Full of treats.
I'm a little boy. It's me, Kevin Strangeways. I'm a little boy. I kind of
Kevin-
the ideas like makes it literally like a bit of like the Kevin McAllister like classic Home Alone type thing.
Rogue?
Yeah. Yes, I thought about
Sorcerer.
that. I was also thinking like Bart Simpson, clearly because there is a Nancy Cartwright connection. And then, but also like a Christopher Robin-esque kind of thing, like a sort of. You have like this, like you have innocent little boy, and then you have very naughty little boy. And I
And
quite
obsessed
like
with
the
cool
idea.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Especially if we're all non-human.
I was saying obsessed with poo as well.
Yeah, or like
Christopher
maybe has
Robin.
like you know, like always has like a plastic dog poo on the, or like a little
Yeah.
Or a whoopee
Like-
cushion.
yeah,
Just a grab
whoopee
bag of fart
cushions.
jokes. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
And,
you were
like,
playing like a magic user, it could be
slingshot,
quite interesting to do the
crossbow.
kind of magic, learning to manifest magic as kind of like a puberty crossover kind of thing.
yeah.
Like it
Oh
starts
my
to come
God.
out in
and
interesting
then at one
ways you
point
don't
my voice
expect,
breaks.
Yeah. G'day, it's Kevin.
I could turn 13 during the
Totally.
campaign.
Hopefully
Yeah.
the campaign's not too long.
Start to have urges. My first boner.
Totally.
Wow, 13?
God, luckily, we arrived at the boater bunker, so it's appropriate time.
That's all I've got. I also kind of see. I've only been playing humans in D&D, but I don't mind that at all.
No, I think that's fine.
I think that's fine.
Someone's got to.
Yes, exactly. And if it is like just human, if you've got robot, cricket, yeah. I'm like I'm a little boy. It just tickles me. But I don't have like whatever class that falls into either. But rogue,
I feel like
could be
fighter.
Good.
Or rogue.
Yeah, fighter.
Yeah. It depends. Yeah, it depends what Kevin's
Yeah.
like, right?
Yeah.
I have
could
played
find out.
like Mo was a rogue, and
Mm.
I guess I am like a little bit. I get that like a rogue is a very good asset for a
What
a
if they were
party.
just a self-righteous little shit and they were a paladin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, I mean, I was
don't
kinda thinking
really-
maybe a paladin.
really don't. I'm not interested in
Not into it.
any of the religious
Okay.
things.
Yeah.
I just don't. It just leaves me completely cold.
Yeah, you can have an ideology thing or like a belief that
do
you
communism or
yeah. There's a
Give me
lot of
a
different
keyboard warrior.
yeah.
Could be
Great troll.
could be like an
Oh
arcane
my God.
fighter where you're a fighter but you've still got like some
Ooh,
magical abilities.
Cool.
And
I
that
feel
kind
like
of
we
thing.
do need some magical abilities in here.
Or if it's a bit like a Peter,
Don't worry,
Peter
I'm a
Pan and
bard.
the Lost
I got some
Boys. So
magic.
you're like a little boy in Neverland or whatever, and you've got all these sorceress powers or whatever.
You mean
yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
the
Peter,
Pan Neverland, not the
Totes.
other Neverland, right? Just making sure.
Yeah.
The one with all the buggery?
The Kevin back to Kevin McAllister.
Yeah, no, let's-
Yeah,
Home
that's what I
Alone,
meant, sorry.
Right? Yeah, that's so you could do like an artificer and have like all mechanical traps,
Like little
and-
gadgets and tinkering.
Yeah, like a
and
little
set up a
tinker.
little-
Oh man,
That
Make a
could
little
be
thing
yeah.
that creepy crawls
cool.
forward, then blows up.
Yeah, you can make little toys, little wind up things, and just have him.
Oh, that's
If
so
you were an
real
artificer,
child
you could
prodigy.
experiment on me.
Yeah.
You could like
yeah.
build little.
Oh my
additions
God!
to
I
me.
mean, we all know like a little boy and his robot is like a.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
thing.
Ben could be the fucking Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. And you
Yes.
two could be a pair.
Yeah, you could do a
Super
pair intro
cool. I
too.
don't know
That'd
why
be
I've done this
Yeah.
for
Into
us,
that.
but it's,
Into
That's very
I'm
cute.
into
It's
it.
good.
That's kind of
good.
very cool.
This is why I wanted to do this episode.
Or we could just meet and sort of become friends along
You're Luke
the way.
Skywalker
as well.
and he's C3PO.
Yeah, you notice something that's broken. You're like, oh, I don't mind. I'll just fix that. And then all of a sudden,
What was that?
They're
I didn't
pals.
hear.
What are you laughing
Luke
at, Greg?
Skywalker and his C-3PO.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Lawrence Luke Skywalker and fucking Ben C3PO. He's so good.
Fuck,
Not
that's
R2D,
cool.
R2D2.
I
No,
thought
R2D2 is
R2D2 and Luke were the closer.
No, doesn't fit.
Okay.
Wouldn't work.
Except that R2D, except that C3PO talks like Arnie.
You see, it goes into the back
I am
of it,
fluent in
like,
over 5,000 languages.
But only one accent.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Actually,
do you know that surviving an asteroid field is exactly 300,762 to 1?
What?
Now get in the poon pod.
Poon pod. Oh, this is gonna be the greatest campaign that has ever been.
Cool.
A long time ago.
So what did you say? What was that? An arcana.
Artificer.
Yes.
Artificer.
Oh, gotcha.
I have one more question about Kevin. Has he come from like our real world, like Earth? Or is he a human boy from fantasy,
Faerun somewhere.
Faerun-y type thing? Or
fun if he was from our
Melbourne.
world.
yeah, I just
He
get this
actually-
image that he's actually from like real world, proper.
That's
Real
kind
world.
of fun.
Mhm.
That's a bit like a Narnia-esque. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that religious.
Yeah.
kind of
You've been
metaphors, but-
playing with your Fortnites and your
Xbox.
modern
Fidget
reference
spinners.
and
Yeah. Does he think this is like
Roblox
a game and
flat
he is the main
caps and-
character? Yeah.
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 But then
I mean,
getting
it's great.
sucked
Fidget
in.
spinners, like that's very artificer type stuff.
It
as well.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always got two fidget spinners on the go.
That's his weapon.
Artificer is cool. Artificer.
Maybe he has
that-
got a little bit of a touch of the ADHD, you know? You've got to just.
Yes,
Cinema.
most definitely. The Artificer is so they're
We need to talk about Kevin.
Yeah.
they're a magical class.
Yeah.
But so I'm not like so they only can build things and they put essentially spells into that construction.
Yeah, they can infuse items. I think they get some spells, like just a normal selection of spells, but they also infuse things. They often use firearms. They can create little,
In this,
I think at
like,
first
things
level-
like the right tool for the job and stuff. So there's a bit of like touching into like being able to kind of rogue-esque something out if needs be,
Oh, that's
which I think
Yeah.
might
That's gonna be
actually work
useful.
out quite well.
Yeah.
They can make magic items too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. I
Like,
learned that in
you ne-
another D&D podcast.
You need to like have blacksmithing skills or something like that. Be proficient in blacksmithing.
Well, I think
you get a lot of
Kevin, I think
proficiencies and
Kevin got
shit,
real
I
good at
think.
Minecraft, and Kevin probably has all those skills already.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the
Oh,
idea that
that's
he's
pretty
kind of got
funny.
he's got lots of little toys and like little figures and stuff.
Have you guys watched Squid Game?
What
You just
are
rip
you-
out different Fortnite dances all the time.
Oh my god! I already want to punch this kid.
Is it because they beat you online, Dan?
Yes. Shut up.
See, the funny thing is that you guys know so
I work a
much more
full-
about that than I do.
I
In
think
which case, I quite like the idea that Kevin would make up his own stuff, like he was
Yeah.
homeschooled.
Yeah.
and
and
he
I-
wasn't allowed
Perfect.
video games, so he had to
Good.
make his own fun.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, he can't be into video games. Yeah, he can't be into video games or anything because he wouldn't have the time to invest in all his inventing.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
dig this kind of idea
Hang
because
on.
I feel like there's a lot of like, classic kind of 80s heartwarming moments that could potentially come out of like that whole young child, the wonder, the kind of well, essentially what D&D is, where it's like kind of trying to find that enjoyment and that childhood wonder, not necessarily when you're a kid, but like later on in life. And
Yeah, let's gonna
Nice.
make some people cry. I'm into it.
yeah,
Do
sentimentality.
you like the idea of it being set in like the real world, Lauren?
Of Kevin coming
for
from the real world.
Kevin's home world.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
into that.
Comes through the wardrobe.
The Nintendo.
through the cum dungeon or whatever it is.
Man, come on, mate.
Stepped
Jeez,
up.
steady on. Whoa. This is a family show. Dear.
Oh, that's news to me.
Good to have you back, Danny.
All right. I'm done.
Good to be
Thank
back.
you very much. That's
Well done.
very
Thank
fun.
you.
Mm.
Thanks for your help.
Greg, now I know you'll be.
Can I please play a little boy called Kevin? Jack, please.
Oh yes.
Please, Daddy.
Oh,
Daddy, can I play?
It's funny. I was very
Oh,
tempted
no.
to call him Daddy before, but he'd already gave permission, so I didn't feel the need.
Could have said thank you, Daddy.
Thank you.
Daddy, may I?
Daddy, can
Lauren?
please.
Yes.
You
We
may.
did say it was a family show.
Thank you very much, Daddy.
Greg.
Okay, yeah, I've come with a pretty rough idea too. Let me just bring up the character sheet.
Humble brag.
Fuck you.
Always
so-
one, isn't there?
Yeah, it's always one who did the homework. I'm going to play a Harengen wizard. So the Harengen are the rabbit people from the.
I thought they were
So
fish
beautiful.
people.
From the Witchlight campaign. They just come out, and I'm going to play a female Harengen wizard named Dolene Delacroix. So
Yeah.
a little bit of inspiration for the Southern Belle. I'm thinking that she is a noble from her borough. So she's the princess of her borough.
New York accent.
Yeah.
From the borough. The
No.
boroughs of New York.
Okay.
Five borough?
Five borough. Yeah.
Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm from Queens.
Hey, I'm hopping here.
Yeah.
who you calling big ears? So Dolene, a noble. She's a wizard, and I intend to take the divination school. So she has glimpses into the future, and I play a lot of pow pew pew spellcasters normally, but
What?
yeah, right.
When have you done that?
Love to stack damage, but this time I'm thinking almost completely avoiding that.
Mhm.
I think I might take like magic missile
Mm-hmm.
and maybe one other,
Mm-hmm. I'm going to watch
maybe
you over.
fireball.
After about 5 levels,
Yeah.
you'll have changed your mind.
Yeah.
And you'll be evocation all the way.
No, so I can like see into the future a bit. It allows me to later on like twist fate a little bit, and
Cool.
sort of feeds into that time, that mixed up concept of time. And her backstory: noble princess, queen, destined to be queen of the borough, is dedicated to her study and to learning to become a good and noble queen. Obviously chose noble
Princess
because it's
Jasmine
Jack's
style.
Yeah. Because it's Jack's game. I knew I had to play an upper class noble. So, but she discovers so she does a lot of study, and she discovers a broken timepiece in the Royal Library. And when she picks it up, she sort of is enchanted by it and carries it with her, and she starts to have visions which she thinks are of the future. So images of the borough, like in the future, her being older, and in control, and the borough being destroyed. And so she becomes obsessed with finding a way to avoid this fate in the future. And the only way that the visions of the borough being destroyed change is when she leaves the borough with the timepiece. And so she sets out into the world to discover more about time and the future and fate.
Gee, that's pretty good
Cool.
for something you just made up on the spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you have you thought about like where your character's from, or like anything about a backstory or anything?
Well, I haven't decided where the burrow is, but I'm actually thinking
In the ground, I reckon.
In the ground, yeah, under the ground,
Queen.
specifically.
Is it a bonk burrow or just a regular?
Well,
It's, no,
he's a
sorry.
rabbit.
He's a
rabbits.
rabbit.
I'll show you
He's
that
a
much.
rabbit.
It's
so
not a
you
bunk
know
burrow.
that there's a
It's not a bunk
fucking-
burrow. It's a bonk burrow. It's a Buston burrow for Buston.
Oh, like Boston.
A Boston borough?
Is she from Boston?
Do you know what? I also kind of like the symmetry if Dan plays a noble as well, but a shit one. And
Yeah,
you're a good one. It's a little bit like Alan and Thandor all over again.
she's
It's kind of
super.
funny how we come up with similar characters. Like,
Yeah. I think it'll be great play.
Yeah.
As well, Danny.
Who's
Yeah,
older?
I'm 20. I've put.
Yeah,
down.
but you're a rabbit, so you're like what?
You must be ancient.
3?
I don't know. I didn't look into the
What a rabbit years.
lifespan of.
I think
Heron
I
bit.
think from my reading, it's just the
And
same.
thus the
Yeah.
competition begins.
So how old?
Gauntlet
What are you
down.
thinking? Would your prince be older or younger?
Danny.
Danny.
Oh, me.
I'm playing a prince. Yeah. Maybe.
Oh yeah, true. Sorry. Apologies. I don't
78-year-old
know. I
prince.
was kind of thinking.
Prince Charles.
Geriatric
Really thought I'd be king by now.
Oh, that could. Oh, maybe.
That's
See,
great.
originally, I was kind of thinking like more sort of like that younger
Goes
26
to prove
Prince
himself.
Zuko
having
style.
having to prove his worth to his father, the king. But it
An
could be
old
funny if
shitty
he's a
prince.
really old, pathetic prince that's
Just
even
just
waiting
been
around.
waiting his
Is he the
entire
spare?
life to be the heir, and just it never fucking happening, and his life just has no purpose. Because it's going to go to his children anyway and barely have any time for him. Oh, if there was only someone I could
Or his,
work
his
off of.
brother took the throne.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you've got the heir and the
Yeah.
spare. You're the spare, so you're not
Yeah.
actually. And it's like, do you hate your brother and do you want to actually go back, or do we want to find him and actually take over because you think you would be the better king?
Yeah.
Mm.
And most importantly, what's your room like in the cum castle? These are the questions. Gotta ask ourselves.
Okay. All right. Well,
Sticky.
I say it and it's like, whoa, Danny, oh, jeez. And then
It's
Neil
different when it's
does
a
it and
78-year-old
like,
man and a 12-year-old boy, Dan. I think.
Oh.
I've
Yeah,
just
you
got,
can't-
I've got so many father
Maybe
and
it's
mother
Kevin
figures in
Spacey,
this
it
campaign,
is.
and I really feel like Kevin is just gonna like glom on to like each one of you and
You can't
in
talk
your own
about the
special way.
You can't talk about the fuck fortress when Kevin's around.
Is
No,
it difficult then
no.
to have a little boy? Is that
No.
hard? Or we sort of is that like
No.
no?
No.
Okay,
No,
sorry,
it'd be
just
fine.
double checking.
No.
Good to check. But nah.
Yeah.
Because we can age him up if we need to, if it feels bad.
Nah, it
No,
feels
Kevin's good.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin's good.
78-year-old man named Kevin.
It'll allow, like, I think that's what I like is when there's that kind of being able to play off of each other and how our own characters can influence one another. And when you've got a younger character that's playing that sort of almost like kind of squire-esque sort of archetype, even if that's not what the character is, that our characters interpret them as that kind of archetype. Like there's a lot of
Nice.
things and themes and stuff that we can play around with.
And you know what? Kevin is going to learn some shit. But
Oh,
Mm.
get ready, boy.
you know, we're in the wild. It happens, and we've all seen Big Mouth. We can. It's appropriate. It's fine. It all makes
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Going through change.
Great show. New season out now. Just saying that.
Greg, you
Yeah.
didn't ask permission. Just saying.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
can I?
Daddy.
Daddy.
There's only room for one noble in this party.
No, I think that's great. I think that's good.
Thanks.
Should be fun, Greg.
Yep.
You can do that if you want.
Thank you.
Now, well done, everyone. We got through that component.
So stay tuned. We'll release that next year.
Yeah. I think probably I'm going to do like a prologue thing for the. Well, actually, sorry. First of all, I'm going to do like a summary just quickly. So Ben's playing like a construct of some kind. Danny's playing a noble prince of some kind. Emil's playing a cricket.
I feel like there was some judgment in that. Gonna move past it for the sake of time.
I heard that too. What tone is that?
And Emil's not going to be playing any D&D this year. He's going to do some batting and some bowling.
Emil will be playing a minion for this.
I wouldn't do that to you, Emil.
I wouldn't do that either.
I don't like minions either. Lauren, you're playing a little boy called Kevin, and Greg, you're playing a rabbit.
Hair.
Yep.
Hair. That sounds
Such multifaceted characters.
Yeah.
We've got a rabbit, a boy, a prince, a cricket,
A boy
and
in a man's body.
Yeah.
A cricket and a ticket machine.
It's funny. It's a funny little
I
group.
was trying to
isn't it?
remember what one of the ones that we were talking about earlier.
A boom gate.
This week on DPR, the boom gate gets stuck. Oh no!
Can Kevin fix it in time?
Wow, well, they do.
The traffic's
Carriages
backing
are
up.
coming through without having to pay their fare.
Maybe I'm a shape-shifting machine. I can be all kinds of different machines.
Like a mimic machine.
Yeah.
That's
You can be all kinds of arcade machines.
Funfair only.
Now I'm Time Crisis
I like
2.
it. I like you as a C3PO character, like esque archetype. You know what I mean? Along with Lauren's character, I reckon that's a very nice pairing. I think, or
So-
there's a nice development there. I feel.
But this was like a Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket thing as well. Like
Yeah.
Sick.
right?
And of that, there's the Greg's character and my character of this world, Kevin, who's of our like Earth world, Dan's character, who's of kind of a Faerun type kind of mythical world, and Ben, not sure.
I don't think they know yet.
Ah,
I
cool.
feel like I
Cool,
like
cool.
the idea that they're not sure.
Wasn't
Like,
always
maybe
conscious,
they
maybe?
yeah, or maybe they used to be something else. Maybe they were humanoid, or and a fae turned them into this. So the quest is, I've got to figure out how to get back, or I don't know.
Don't Modrons live on a different
Plane of existence. Yeah, I think so.
I think they're like one of the kind of either limbo or the.
Well, like there's like a
Mechanus.
Mechanus, yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of different planes of.
And Dolene's not necessarily from the Feywild. I was thinking she was just normal sort of Faerun.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know, actually. Because that's going to be easier to write.
What's the difference?
So there's like different like planes of existence in D&D and the Feywild. If I had to get Greg from out of the Feywild into the normal world and then back in, that's
Difficult.
And
I'd have to know a lot about it, and I
Yeah.
don't want to necessarily know heaps about.
Oh, did I say I was
Feywild.
from the Feywild? I mean, I'm from Faerun. That's what I meant.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. I think that's probably good. I'm going to do like a prologue thing, but I'm going to record that separately and put that at the end, so we can all go to sleep because it's late.
How long?
And that'll motivate everyone to listen to the episode.
That's
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to stick around while you do it if you want an audience.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I don't want
kind
to. I don't want to wake up my partner. So we're gonna do it later.
Okay.
Good one.
Yeah,
All right.
Very exciting.
yeah.
So, It might be a little while till we actually release
sorry.
this. Okay.
Play me out, Jack.
We're playing you off.
Ben just... Jack just Kanye'd Ben.
I'm going to let you finish. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Ben?
Nah, play me out, bitch.
Thanks, Jack.
Daddy.
Thanks,
Daddy.
Daddy. It's
Thanks,
so Daddy
Daddy.
Master.
No.
Daddy
Play
master.
me out, Daddy.
I'm Daddy Crosby.
Ooh.
Daddy Crosby.
Play me out.
Glad your name has an R in it, Jack.
Yeah, me too.
Some time or other ago, the screeching cries of the Jabberwock could be heard from the mists beyond the castle. Anguish and pain might have been interpreted from those cries, but that would be folly. For the Jabberwock's cries, whether of anguish, hunger, love, or even hate, are a completely incomprehensible gurgle of clicks, snarls, yellowed growls, and violin squeals. Truly an horrendous sound. The Jabberwock's beating wings launched it away from the cauldron. The cauldron glinted calmly, almost untouched, in the light of the full moon and the expanding, iridescent shockwave emanating forth from its happily bubbling depths. In the aftermath of the wave, trace amounts of that iridescence clung to the air, sticky like molasses, as figures all around the castle froze, every drop of water caught in a mote of misty moonlight launched from the sprinkler system. A Splattermaster 3003, if you must ask. Figures sitting at a table, their eyes locked upon the playing cards, glee for the last day of the week in their eyes. Their last round never to be played. 8 prisoners awaiting sentence in the keep. Their thoughts, regrets, and exclamations of injustice caught mid-breath. The wine poured for an expectant diplomat ever yet to meet its chalice, frozen in time. As the Jabberwock wing beats faded off into the mists, the cackles and cries of triumph could be heard by only a few, who, by luck or by fate, were spared this most ceasing of states. And if you had been there, and you weren't, on that fateful night, in the darkness that fell upon the room where the deed had been done, the faintest of glows could be seen by the corner of your eye, as if by looking for it, it escaped your looking. Had you seen it, though, the unmistakable glow of a unicorn's horn was whisked away as the cackles died in the stillness of the night. Just outside the castle's bounds, the wave did break. Aurora-like rifts sprung up from the mud and the dirt, 8,883 meters into the sky, splitting the lands of Fey in 3, coalescing in deep, writhing, billowing, iridescent white walls of mist, impenetrable. Piercing through the mists, the crazed Jabberwock passed across the moon, and those mists, when viewed from a very specific angle and properly squinted at, formed letters. Letters that read, DPR does the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And so, as it often does in and out of the Feywild, time began to pass again. Well, mostly.